And this one, we will put a spotlight sa journey ng ating Inspiring Women awardees that we recognized earlier. So the next segment will showcase their inspiring stories of resiliency and success. Now this segment is powered by LT Group Incorporated, First Philippine Holdings, GT Capital, GCash, Lifecore, and Eurotex. Once again, thank you for your unending support. Now joining the discussion, palakpakan po natin, founder and president of Tuna Republic, Ms. Sheila Aranas. Ms. Sheila Aranas will be joining us for this discussion. And also, we have owner and founder of Ruya PH, Ms. Franz Erica Repuyan. Mamaya po ay makakasama natin sila. Kasama pa po ang CEO and designer of Doreen Odvina Custom Shoes, Ms. Doreen Odvina. Siya rin po ang gumawa ng wedding shoes ng aking sister. Hi, Ms. Doreen. And meron pa po tayong ibang mga kasama sa panel na ito. Welcome po. Welcome. Please have a seat. Thank you very much for joining us. Naku, exciting po itong mapapag-usapan natin. And we also have President and CEO of OneSource General Solutions Incorporated, Ms. Maricar Suarez. And facilitating our discussion, let's call back on stage Ms. Jopin Romero.
Hello, hello.
Hi, Ms. Jopin.
Magandang hapon po. Thank you very much. Magandang hapon. Good day to everybody again. This is the second take two, and take two for our winners on stage. Congratulations again sa inyo. And I love your outfits. Kanina po, nakita nyo sila, naka-Filipiniana silang lahat. At ngayon, go-negosyo na kayo. I think magiging go-negosyo mentors na rin kayo, tama? And why not? They're very inspirational. Sabi ko nga kanina hundreds po ang nominations na natanggap namin. At kaming mga judge, talagang nangamote kami nagbasa ng lahat ng mga kwento nila. And they went through interviews as well, di ba? So, we'd like this afternoon na ma-share naman po kung ano yung mga kwento nila. Siyempre, alam ko na yung mga kwento nila. But in their own words, we would like to hear from them. So, ang first question ko ay, introduce yourself, say something about your business model, or yung kwento ninyo kung bakit naantig ang puso ng Go Negosyo at mga judges at kayo ang piniling Inspiring Filipinas ngayong 2026. Okay, so we'll start from that end.
Okay, my name is Maricar Suarez. Sabi nga ni Ma'am Jopin, bakit kaya kami napili? Anong inspirasyon ang pwede naming ibahagi sa inyong lahat? Well, currently, I'm the President and CEO of OneSource General Solutions Incorporated. It's a service contracting business or yung mga tinatawag natin na manpower agency. And bakit ba ako nagpursige at napuntahan ko kung anong estado ko ngayon? Well, I started out as a young mother. Ako po ay mother at 17. I graduated with 2 kids and ako po ay palaging nasasabihan noon na dahil maagang lumande, wala nang kinabukasan yaan. And now, I have proven them wrong. Ito po ako ngayon, isa sa recipient ng Inspiring Filipina Entrepreneur Award
Palakpakan po
po.
natin si Maricar. Hindi lang siya may kinabukasan, nagbigay din siya ng kinabukasan sa 9,000 pang tao. Tama? O, sige,
Opo.
balikan natin si Maricar mamaya. Okay, go ahead. Ikaw naman.
Hi everyone, good afternoon. I am Doreen Odvina and I am the CEO and designer of Doreen Odvina Custom Shoes. So we make custom shoes for everyone, but we also specialize in custom shoes for the brides, yung mga birthdays, yung mga company uniforms na mga kailangan ng shoes, yung mga schools na kailangan ng shoes, restaurant, stores na kailangan ng uniform shoes. So we make those things. So ako naman, I am from the IT industry for 15 years. So IT and e-commerce. But I think there was a time in my career na na-feel ko na marami na akong natutunan sa corporate world. And I can apply the best practices of these corporate companies to my own business. And because ever since, since bata pa ako, mahilig na ako talaga sa sapatos. Specifically, makikinang na sapatos.
Pakita mo yung inyong
Like my
makinang
shoes
na sapatos.
now. Actually, I changed shoes, but earlier I'm also wearing sparkly shoes. But I changed to a lower heels na. Okay, so, I found my passion. So I found what I really like. So the brand that I created na custom shoes na comfortable, maganda pero komportable, is actually from my own pain point, no? From my personal experience. So I created the shoes na hindi sasakit yung paa ko, and many people loved it. So I really tried my best to be an expert to it. I studied the anatomy of shoes. Sometimes, I would open my own shoes na branded, and I would like to see kasi what's inside the shoes, how they made it. So that's how I started. And then pandemic came. That's when I opened my business. So a lot of people were asking me, why are you opening your business the time of the pandemic? And from IT to shoes, sobrang layo. But I just really followed my heart and my passion. I opened up my shoe atelier at the Peninsula Manila in Makati. And then actually, when I opened my shop, I was wondering, may magiging customer kaya ako?
Nagkamali ba ako o tama tong decision ko? Sige,
Tama ba na I gave up my 15 years na career ko sa IT and e-commerce for this, to follow what I really want. And I did the right thing because now it never feels like I'm working because I really love what I'm doing. The meetings that I have with my clients, it doesn't feel like meetings. It feels like a friendly catch-up with them. And when I shop for raw materials, it feels like I'm shopping for my own self because I really loved everything.
Okay, thank you, Doreen. We will know more about Doreen's story later. But she's well-loved. Tamang-tama yung location kung saan ka nagbukas.
Yes.
Alright, okay. So, Franz.
Diyos marahay na hapon sa Indugabos. I'm Franz, Erica Ripuyan, and I'm a 38-year-old mom from Daraga Albay. So hello po sa mga taga Bicol, especially po sa online po natin na viewers right now. My inspiration po, and I believe the judges also chose me to be one of the winners is because I came po from depression when I started the business. So ang business ko po is Ruyag PH. Sa mga taga-Gubat, Sorsogon, Ruyag means joy. So it was God who led me to Ruyag, and I found joy doing handmade products. So it was my journey to recovery. And at the same time, same with Miss Doreen, it was a journey during the pandemic. It was the most difficult time. But God will really find us during the most difficult time. And when we align our passion, our hearts to it, then God will also align people, the right weavers, at the right makers at the right time. So, kaya po siya Ruyag because I am manufacturing each and every product na may story at mga mukha ng mga nanay na gumagawa po ng mga products namin made of abaka, seagrass, and other natural materials. That's it.
Okay, thank you, Franz. We'll know more about that later on. Isa sa mga paborito kong probinsya ang Bicol. Alam mo, nung nagtapon ng biyaya ang Diyos, nakasahod talaga ang Bicol. Alright, we'll know more about that. Sige, ikaw naman, Sheila.
Okay, maayong hapon sa tanan. So my name is Sheila Bautista Aranas, and I am the founder, president of Tuna Republic. So Tuna Republic po is a chain of restaurant that started in Mindanao. So mostly located po kami sa Mindanao. So we're not yet here in Luzon, but hopefully, and we have also some branches in Visayas. So, before the entrepreneurial bug bit me, siguro madami din sa inyo ngayon dito, I used to be an employee. No? After graduating from college, I worked briefly in a bank, then spent 12 years in government service. So, then, siguro while working, parang may need, parang there is that desire na I wanted something more. So, yun yung parang, nung nag-start yung spark na magnegosyo kami nung asawa ko. By the way, my husband very supportive. Oh, nag-video.
Nice.
So
Okay.
that time when we started 10 years ago, it was just a small kubo po. So it's just a 20-seating capacity na karinderya. We call it karinderya, parang hindi pa siya category ng restaurant. So with only 3 employees. So fast forward to today, meron na po kaming 30 branches. And we are very proud to say that we have...
Palakpakan natin si Sheila.
Yeah.
Talagang isa sa mga impressive stories.
Yeah. And we are proud to say po na from 3 employees, we now provide employment to more than 300 individuals.
Okay,
Yun po.
nice.
Thank you.
So, kita po ninyo, no, sa umpisa pa lang, pag-introduce pa lang ng sarili nila, alam ninyo na may mas malalim na kwento at dahilan kung paano sila nakarating dito. So, nag-umpisa na nga kanina si Doreen nung pivot niya, pati si Sheila, from employment to entrepreneurial setup. So, may dahilan, no? Meron sigurong isang bagay na nagpauntog sa inyo para magbago ang trajectory ng buhay ninyo. Sige, Sheila, pabalik naman tayo. Kwento mo ng konti and then we'll go through the rest.
Siguro, you're trying to ask me kung ano yung inspiration,
Yes.
kung bakit
oo.
ganon.
It could be something that happened. It could be someone that told you something. It could be anything, di ba?
Yeah, okay. So my husband used to work in a financial institution and they provide loans to MSMEs. So every day, nakikipagkwento siya doon sa mga kliyente niya. And those stories, every time he came home, parang sinishare niya sa akin. So parang inspiring stories, you know, the usual rags to riches, building something out of nothing. Parang it sparks, sabi ko nga kanina, it sparks or it planted something in us to dream din na maybe it's also time for us to start something that we can call our own. Yun po, yung umpisa.
Ang galing, ano, yung sharing ninyong mag-asawa, yung partnership ninyo, yan ang nag-spark ng pagbabago sa inyong buhay. Katulad ba yan ng nung mga kinuwento kanina ni Secretary Roque? Sabi niya, yan, financial facility na binibigay ng gobyerno. Was that the financial institution that your husband was with?
No, it's private actually.
Private.
Not a government.
Pero nakakausap niya yung mga nangihiram at naririnig niya, nakikita niya na nagbabago ang buhay nila. Okay, that's good. So inspiring it from, being inspired by people vicariously. No, okay. Ikaw naman, Franz.
Actually, I came also from a darkest place in my life kasi I suffered from depression. I was also working in the government for 7 years. When I took parang promotion, I failed the neuropsychiatric test because I was already suffering from depression. Way back then, hindi pa siya ganun na pag-uusapan like
Hindi pa
ngayon.
masyadong recognized
Yes.
na may ganong klaseng
Yes, hindi pa
problema
ganon.
ang tao, no?
So, same then, I have a supportive husband and he said, you have to look for something that sparks joy in you. So I tried to find that joy and there was a moment na kasama kong magkape ang mga farmers, mga weavers ng abaka. So I look at them and sabi ko, bakit ang sisimple lang ng buhay nila while I really make everything complicated and I start learning kasi sabay-sabay, it was a crisis on myself that I was suffering from depression. Then afterwards, nagka-pandemic. After month, pandemic na siya. So back-to-back siya na crisis. And all throughout the journey, yun din, nag-e-enjoy na ako while finding myself during the process. And starting from 5 weavers, now we have hundreds of weavers all over Albay, Sorsogon, and the rest of Bicol.
Okay, everybody, of course, we're celebrating Women's Month, no? But let us celebrate the partners of these women. Palakpakan po natin ang mga husband na uliran at inspirasyon din sa kanilang mga asawa. That's very good story for both of you. Very happy for you that you found partners who are partners in life and livelihood. Now, tell us more about the pivot that you were starting to talk about earlier.
Now, my story is different from that because I am a solo parent. Ever since my daughter turned 1 year old. So I've always been the only one to support her. So me naman, my pivot in yung parang turning point ko para from being employed to handle my own business, yung naging turning point ko is when my daughter is going to college already. Like, the next school year, my daughter will be in college. Alam ko kasi na sa college, walang school bus. Ayaw kong magko-commute sana ang anak ko kasi baka mawala, nag-iisa lang yon. So, what I wanted was to have my own business so that I can manage my own time. And you know, it's really different if you have the freedom to handle your own time. So now, you know, I can run my own business and be a mother to my daughter. So my daughter is a college student now, and you know, I'm able to bring her to school, pick her up anytime that I want. So for me, that is a turning point, being a solo parent, because you know, just like Miss Maricar, before because I started very early, like 17 years old.
Pareho pala kayo. Nice. Oo.
17 years
So,
old.
barkada kayo ngayon ng anak mo.
She's now 25 years old.
Oo,
A
so,
dentistry student.
Friends kayo bale,
Yes,
no?
we're like friends. No? Very, very close kami ng anak ko. So yun yung naging turning point ko for my story, being a mom, and at the same time, proving everyone wrong. Because nung student pa lang ako, you know, I used to be one of the outstanding students, but all of a sudden, pregnant. Diba? So, everyone, I think all my relatives were talking about me. So now, you know, they all congratulate me with the milestones and the success that I achieve in my own business, all the things, all the awards that I receive, you know, they now congratulate me. When before they used to talk about me because I got, you know, pregnant at an early age, now they talk about me because, you know, they saw how I bounce back.
Sabi nila, di ba, the best revenge is to be successful at what you do.
That is very true.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Well, I will also congratulate your seatmate. Ganon din siya. Di ba? You've proven yourself. So, I suppose your pivot was when you had that experience as well.
Yeah.
But maybe tell us something more about
With
it.
me kasi, Miss Jopin, yun nga, 17, first year college, nadapa, na-judge. And then, dahil bata, estudyante, nakikitira sa mga in-laws, kailangan namin patunayan yung sarili namin. Especially ako, raised by my lola. Sabi ng lola ko noon, itutuloy mo na lang ba yan pag-aasawa o mag-aaral ka pa? Sabi niya, ang tinanong ko, pag-aaralin niyo pa po ba ako? When she said yes, I took that opportunity. Sabi ko, bumagsak ako, nagkamali ako, babangon ako. So nag-aral ako, nagtapos ako. When I was 18, we got married. And then I graduated, 2 na anak ko. Pero life was really tough. Ito po, napakahirap kasi tumayo kami sa sariling paa namin ng aking husband, na supportive din talaga. Nag-rent kami. When I graduated, 2 araw lang po naging pahinga ko. I graduated on a Friday, and then yung school director namin offered me a job right on stage. Sabi niya sa akin, report to my office on Monday, and I never knew it was a job na i-offer sa akin. So, I went to his office, Monday may work na ako, I worked with him for 3 months, pero napakahirap kasi nga yung husband ko back then, nasa Laguna na. I was in Dagupan. So sabi ko, kailangan ko sumunod, pero that will mean maghihirap kami lalo. Because we have to stand on our own, magre-rent ng apartment, magtatrabaho kami together habang may naggagatas, nagda-diaper. And yung eldest namin noon, nagpi-preschool na. So syempre dapat may yaya, may service, lahat po pinagdaanan namin. Kanina, nabanggit during the first panel, Sabi, ang nanay ang unang-unang gumagawa ng kakainin ng pamilya. Pero huling-huling kakain. Tunay po yon. Kami po ng asawa ko noon, we've experienced letting our children finish first. Kasi yung tira, kung meron, that's what we will eat. Tapos, maraming experiences na puputulan ng kuryente, nagsasanla ng ATM, rumaraket ako, nagtitinda ako ng halo-halo on the side. Lahat ng racket ginawa ko. Mga brochures, name it, Daki, Avon, Sara Lee. Panahon ko po kasi yon. Yun ang mga hawak ko noon habang ako'y nagtatrabaho sa call center. And building a career was never my goal that time. Ang goal ko, meron dapat akong iuuwi na pangkain namin, katuwang ng asawa ko, na napakasipag din. So talagang, lito ko, I was lost. Hindi ko maisip paano kami makakaahon sa buhay namin. And different career talaga, different jobs yung tinake on ko. I worked with the call center, bank, warehouse, iba-iba. Pero yung positions ko, iba-iba din. Nag-HR ako, nag-supervisor ako sa warehouse, yun nga, yung call center. Sabi
So,
ko,
kumbaga, naikot mo ang lahat ng posisyon na
ang
pwede sa
dami
isang
kong inikot,
kumpanya.
Miss Jopin, kasi
Oo.
survival.
Yes.
Survival is our goal that time.
At sa pag-ikot mo, marami ka rin
Sa
natutunan.
pag-ikot ko, sa last stop ko,
Oo.
sa bank, I was in a bank, employed ako as relationship officer. Ako po yung talagang nagmamakaawa sa lahat ng mayayaman. Mag-deposit naman po kayo. Pinopromote ko lahat ng produkto ng bangko. Ang laki ng naipasok. Naisip ko, bakit hindi ko gawin to sa sarili kong negosyo? I-market ko yung papasok na pera, sarili ko na lang, diba? Pero ang big question ko that time, paano? Wala akong pera, diba? We were just living to survive. Pero sabi ko, nakita ko yung isang client ko, which is a manpower agency. Sabi ko, lahat ng ginagawa niya, kaya ko lahat gawin yan. And I said to my father, Tay, magre-resign po ako. Kasi kailangan ko talagang mas kumita ng mas malaki, and I know I cannot find that in an employment setup. Kailangan kong magnegosyo, Tay. 2 po ang anak ko. Ang sabi ng father ko, napakayabang mo, nasa bangko ka na, magnenegosyo ka, kaya mo ba yan? Hindi ko yun nasagot nung araw na yon. Pero after 10 years, sinabi ko sa tatay ko, during the 10th anniversary ng aming OneSource General Solutions Inc., sabi ko, Tay, nakayanan ko po. And right now, Ma'am Jopin, we are on our 17th year. I am 45 years old. Yung panganay ko po noon, nung ako'y nag-aaral, nandito po siya ngayon with 2 kids. So I am a lola na po. 3 na po ang apo ko. I have 3 kids as well. Tumutulong na sa negosyo. And yung 100,000 ko noon na inutang na pangpuhunan, napalago ko na po siya ngayon. From 110 employees, we now have 9,000 employees deployed all over Luzon. At saka, nakaipon na rin po kahit papano, nakapagpatayo na din po ng farm resort at iba pang maliliit na negosyo. Ngayon po, tumutulong naman ako ngayon sa mga kagaya ko noon na minsang nadapa, pinapakita ko, ini-inspire ko sila, minomotivate ko, paano bumangon. Kasi kayang-kaya po talagang bumangon sa pagkakamali.
Palakpakan po natin si Maricar. O Maricar, sige, go negosyo, mentor ka na. Asan na si PA? PA, isa-certify na natin.
My pleasure po.
Very good. Ang ganda ng kwento mo. Now, you proved yourself to your family and to your friends na kaya mo. Yung Manila Peninsula na pagbukas mo, mahirap yon. May renta ba yon?
Yes.
May renta yon.
Malaki.
Social yung lugar na yon, di ba? So, tapos pandemic pa.
Yes.
Paano mo napagana?
Okay. Actually, I think the timing was perfect for me. Okay? When I wanted to launch my shoe business, alam ko na kasi kung ano yung dapat kong market. Because the shoes that I'm creating is not a simple kind of shoes. Custom made, may memory foam, may Swarovski crystals, may rhinestones, may
So,
embroideries.
hindi pang araw-araw. Pang-espesyal talaga.
Special occasions. But now we also make casual wear.
Pero
Simple
kasi
ones.
nag-iiba na yung panahon. Pero nung panahon na nagdesisyon ka,
Yes, that was the specialization ng
klaro
product.
sa'yo kung
Yes.
sino ang market
Okay.
mo at paano mo.
Yeah. So, I always hold my meetings at the lobby of the Peninsula Manila. Because I like it. It's beautiful, you know? I like it. But I did not know na may bakanting offices pala doon. So one time, I had my friend, fashion designer, Francis Libiran. I had a client na bride, minit ko sa lobby ng Peninsula Manila. Sabi niya, wag mo ako dito sukatan ng paa. Doon na lang sa office ni Francis sa taas, dito sa Manila Pen. So that's when I met Francis. And Francis Libiran told me, why don't you put up your shop here at the Peninsula? Sabi ko, no, hindi ko po afford. It's okay. Because that time, I'm also looking in other locations in Makati na hindi naman Peninsula Manila ang peg, you know? But anyway, sabi niya, he encouraged me, i-ocular mo lang, check mo lang. Okay. So I saw the room. It's room 246 of the Peninsula Manila. Before I entered the room, sabi ko, 246, so parang increasing by 2. Sa feng shui, swerte yan. When I opened, na-imagine ko agad ano yung magiging itsura ng office, paano ko siya i-renovate. So that time, kaka-resign ko lang from an airline industry. Actually, one of the sponsors, Cebu Pacific Air, I came from Cebu Pacific. All of my savings, kailangan spend ko doon. So I really took the chance because that was the height of the pandemic. Manila Peninsula gave me a very good rate, a pandemic rate. So that's how I started at the Peninsula. And for me, because I knew that the brand and the product that I will be making has a specialized niche, I know that I have to be there because for the brand, I know that prestige is important. And I was right.
Okay, very good. Ang lakas ng loob mo, ate.
Super. When I put up
Very
the
good.
shop, walang natira sa savings ko.
Sige, palakpakan din natin si Doreen. Ang galing, ano? Ang ganda ng mga kwento. Ito, ako gustong-gusto ko. Sabi ko sa inyo, paborito ko Bicol, di ba? Yung mga weavers na yun, paano mo naisip na sila ang magiging kapartner mo sa negosyo mo?
That's a very beautiful question po, no? Siguro it was really timing at the same time. Pareho din, pag sa business natin, timing. At the same time, alignment of our values. Kasi nakitaan ko na ang daming mga nagmamanufacture ng mga handicraft. Nagko-question ako, bakit walang mga muka? Hindi nila pinapakita kung sino ang behind the scene. So, napansin niyo po, sa business din namin, I never used my name. It's a community kasi. So, sabi ko nga, when I die, I wanted still na makita si Ruyag PH na still ongoing pa siya, but not under my name because hindi kasi ako magkikredit sa sarili ko, kundi behind that, may mga nanay. So I want to encourage everyone who are here, mga nanay po, mga babae na nandito. It's not an accident na nandito kayo. And palakpakan niyo po ang sarili niyo. Because right now, you took the challenge of saying yes and going here amidst crisis. Meaning, you wanted something na wala sa kanila. So right now, yung first step ninyo, you made something. Mukha lang siyang, parang, ano bang nito? Ano bang purpose nito? Mukha lang pong walang purpose, no? Pero in the long run, God will reveal His purpose sa inyo, especially when you align your talents, your skills, your passion, at hindi po aksidente, nandito kayo sa Go Negosyo, celebrating, hindi lang po celebrating, but being with each other. This is already a community. Tayo po mga babae, magpa-prosper po tayo within a community because we are not created to be alone. So, palakpakan niyo po kasi hindi lahat meron talaga ng ganitong organization or magsispend time. Imagine, we're having a crisis right now in the Philippines and all over the world, but you chose to be here. And ang mga negosyante, namumulaklak po tayo sa gitna ng krisis. Yun po.
Very nicely put. That is very nicely put. Alam mo, totoo yung sinabi mo. Every time Go Negosyo puts together a conference like this, itong mga audience natin, they stay for the whole day. Hindi po yan kumakain o may baon lang sila para kumain. Ang galing po. Ang tiyaga na pinagdadanasan natin ngayon. Ika nga ni Vanj kanina, bukas ginhawa ang matatamasa natin. Thank you for that story. Now, dito sa atin, dito sa panel natin, ikaw talaga, alam mo nung una naming nakita yung kwento mo, sana yung pagbasa natin doon sa mga iba pang submission niya, mapuprove na talagang siya yan. Yung pangalan mo pa lang no? And it was. So we thought you really went through from 0 to the 30 that you have. How does it feel to go from a local kubo, a local brand, and a local product in a karinderya to something that konti na lang national na. Nasa Visayas at Mindanao ka na And then sa Luzon. How is that aspiration going for you? Well, let's talk a little about the past and how you're thinking of it moving forward.
Okay. Sabi nga, nabanggit nga kanina, no, from 3 employees to more than 300 today, and from 1 small kubo to 30 branches. If I may also add, 19 branches are organic or company-owned, and 11 are franchise branches. So, to be
Ang
able
dami
to...
niya na 19.
Yeah,
To be able to take care of all of those and maintain the quality. Ibang klaseng trabaho yan.
yeah. Although it was challenging, pag negosyo kasi parang naiiba, kasi ako lang dito yung food na industry. It's very challenging,
Yung
especially...
multiple branches.
Yeah, multiple branches, yes. Ma-maintain yung standards, the lasa. Kasi iba na pag pinadala mo na sa ibang areas. So I think yun yung mga ginawa namin to really improve yung sa handling, food handling, to make sure na ma-maintain yung freshness ng tuna, yun. Tapos yung feeling ngayon, syempre it's a sense of fulfillment. Iba yung feeling of fulfillment na to be able to provide employment to more than 300 people, knowing na itong mga parents na to, they get to send their children to school, mga ganon. So, it's a different kind of feeling po.
Paano mo sinetap yung standard? Did you consult experts or nag-self-study kayong mag-asawa?
Both. We did both. We consulted experts. But yun talagang nag-self-study kami. So kami ni Jerome, hands-on talaga kami. So from the first branch up until now, we do the operations review. Although we have staff to do the audit, operations review, pero kami din mismo gumagawa doon.
Okay. Siguro ikaw at saka si Maricar, yan, capacity building at saka training, malaking bagay sa inyo, no? Talk about that now, share with the people, and also Maricar, I'd like you to share that.
With me, Ma'am Jopin, and to the rest of everyone, I think sa larangan namin, one thing na pinalad ako is, I have that certain skill, yung people skill ko, kaya ko rin basahin kung ano yung kapasidad ng isang tao more than doing the interview. So what we do, to actually formalize it, we conduct evaluation. And then whatever it is, yung mga kakulangan na ma-identify namin, we do upskilling. We tie up
Very
with...
good.
We tie up with Dole, we tie up with TESDA, and other partners. Kasi di ba that's the way to go talaga. Networking, you find solutions. And you cannot find solution pag ikukulong mo yung sarili mo. So ito po, yung ginagawa nyo, tama yan. Ako, when I networked with Dole, I got free trainings na napamigay ko sa aming mga empleyado. So we capacitate them, we train them. Hindi lang kabuhayan yung binibigay namin. Kinakapacitate namin sila.
So dagdag na skills, dagdag na kaalaman.
To have more skills. At saka at the same time I love encouraging our employees to venture into business. Talagang lagi ko din silang tinuturuan na huwag kayong mag-focus sa isang trabaho lang. You have to focus on your work, but at the same time, mag-isip din kayong magnegosyo on the side. Something that kaya nyong pagsabayin na walang masasacrifice. Hindi kayo makakalimot sa quality. So that's how we do it, and continually through evaluation, training. So far, with our employees naman ngayon, marami na rin po ang mga nakapagnegosyo sa kanila.
Thank you. Sheila, what about you? Anong programa ninyo?
Aside from that, also we provide also trainings. Ngayon lang kasi nakita namin ni Jerome na parang the employees would stick to our company is we partner some of them, especially those those who were with us when we were just starting. So ngayon may mga employees na kami na partners namin sa isang branch. So parang maging loyal to the company.
Ay, hindi lang malasakit yun, ha? Kung gano'n, talagang ownership in mind and syempre yung kita.
Yeah.
No?
Yun gusto natin,
Okay,
di ba?
very good.
May sense of ownership sila para syempre they would control the expenses doon sa branch and make sure that the branch is profitable.
Okay, thank you. Franz, di ba merong usual na nangyayari sa ating mga handicraft people at saka yung mga nasa probinsya? Alam mo, lumaki din ako, may handicraft din kaming mga magulang ko. Kung minsan dahil sa mga problema nila sa bahay, hindi na nila ma-deliver yung kailangan mo o yung order mo. How do you handle that?
And actually, tama, nangyayari talaga siya. So what we do, what makes us also different is that ginagawa namin, meron din kaming skills training. Actually, the problem sa part din namin, ang challenge is, you're doing skills training professionally, pero nasa grassroots ka. So nasa middle.
Iba yung mindset nila.
Yes, iba ang mindset. We have to meet them at their level. So kailangan, i-ready mo din ang mga makers and weavers since they are artisan sila, hindi sila kagaya ng everyday mag-show up. Meron talaga silang emotions when they do it. Ako, personally, when I started the business, ako yung nag-QC. Alam na alam ko na galing mag-away ang mag-asawa. Talaga, ibang itsura ng mga bags. Sobrang ibang-iba. So what we do is we encourage them. Right now, we're doing our Monday. Meron po kaming program din na during Mondays na inaano namin sila, ini-empower. Meron talaga empowerment
Okay, very good.
for the
May
women.
EQ and IQ
Yes, dapat
improvement.
nagmamatch.
Very
Oo.
good. Siguro sa'yo hindi pwedeng maging iba itsura ng sapatos kapag bad trip yung tao mo, no?
Well, actually, same, almost the same kami, hurdles. Kasi, pag may personal problem ang worker, magiging personal problem mo din yan. Business and personal problem. So kami naman, we deal with it in a way na we have to be very patient. Kasi me and my staff, Cynthia, kami yung parang nagko-quality control. We are the first and last touch sa production ng shoes. So kami yung nakakapag-quality control. So we make sure, to be able to deliver a really good service and product to our clients, hindi na nakakarating sa clients yung problema. Ina-absorb na namin. So, backstage, hindi nila alam na may pagtatalong nangyari with sapateros, with pattern makers. Pero, pagkaharap na ang client, parang walang nangyari. So that's how we do things. We also we have a lot of stories na challenges sa production. With our clients, very minimal ang challenges namin. Everyone's happy. Why? Because finilter na namin.
Okay, alam mo, ang dami-dami ko pang pwedeng itanong sa inyo, kaya lang, ang dami pa rin nilang kailangan matutunan galing sa ibang guest natin. Ito na lang, gawin ko kung ano yung ginawa ko kaninang umaga. Total kayo talaga inspiration kayo sa lahat ng nakikinig at nanonood sa inyo ngayon. Give us one word or one phrase advice that you can continue to inspire those who are listening to you, those who are aspiring to be where you are. Okay? Start, Sheila.
Okay, one phrase. Start small, but don't stay small.
Wow! Start small, but don't stay small. Very good. Franz?
Sa akin naman, I would like to quote this, for such a time as this. It's from the book of Esther 8 verse 8. It's Queen Esther dun sa Old Testament na hindi aksidente, bakit tayo nandito. And I want to encourage every woman who are here na for such a time as this, pwede naman ibigay ang opportunity sa ibang babae, pero ikaw ang naandito. Grab that opportunity.
Ang galing. You know, for such a time as this, and you can connect so much to that. Thank you. Doreen?
Naman, find something that you really love and try to be very good at it. Once that you're very good at it, make money out of it, and you will never feel like you're working. And don't be afraid, because you know the God who gave you that idea is also the God who will give you the clients.
Nice. So monetize what makes you happy and what you know.
Correct.
Very good. And Maricar?
Sa akin naman, coming from a failure na nakabangon, don't be scared of failure. Kasi from that failure, doon kayo makakapag-come back with a vengeance. Sabi nga ni Ma'am Jopin, the most successful, the most proper vengeance or suitable vengeance is to come out successful and strong. Yun po lamang.
Ikaw MacArthur, I shall return ka. Okay, palakpakan po natin ang lahat ng ating mga Inspiring Filipina Awardees 2026. Hindi lang po sila 4, 10 sila sa napakaraming ilang daan na aming qualify. So they really deserve another big round of applause. And let's take a photo. Sandali, upo muna kayo, mag-selfie muna tayo. Okay, smile. Alright, ready? Okay. Alright, thank you. And then dito tayo sa harap.